Disney turned 100 this year, and since Walt started his company in 1923, Walt Disney Animation Studios has released more than 61 films. But of all the films they've released, one of my favorites among them is Treasure Planet. And even if you're a little familiar with Disney, this film needs no introduction. It's Treasure Island, but in space. As someone who watches a lot of sci-fi and fantasy media, this film has always stood out to me. From the creative and dynamic use of deep canvas in the movie, to the unique blend of 18th century aesthetics with sci-fi futurism. No joke, I could gush about this movie for about as long as the average Elder Scrolls video essay is. But this video isn't about me gushing over Treasure Planet. But rather, it's about me gushing about one particular thing the film does that a lot of other sci-fi stories don't. It's a simple thing that not only helps immerse the viewer in Treasure Planet's world, but it also gives it a lot of character. And that thing I'm talking about is making Jim Hawkins one of the few human characters in the entire story.
Wait, Robert, you two-dimensional rapscallion, you might be asking, what do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, there are probably only, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 humans present in the entire movie, with only 2 of them having speaking roles? Yeah, no, it's true. Give or take, there are like 5, maybe 6 in the whole movie, with most of them being here at the spaceport when Jim reunites with his mom. Though more than 5 humans appear on screen, those extra humans are just clones the animators looped in the background, so I don't really count them in the final number. Notably, there's this lady in the background with a pot on her head that they looped twice, in the same shot no less. They thought we wouldn't notice. But then again, they didn't count on some nerd like me who has nothing better to do with his free time than to count all the human appearances in a 20-year-old animated movie. Huh, the fools.
Checkmate.
But why does this matter? Well, to me it adds a subtle but interesting bit of world building to the movie. Essentially, and without saying it, the universe of Treasure Planet is an expansive melting pot of species and cultures. We see this at Montresor Spaceport. We see that with the RLS Legacy's crew, and during the prologue we can see that on the cruise ship. In fact, there's hardly 3 of the same species present at any given moment. If this is true for the entire galaxy, then humans should be included in this rule. And we are. As you've seen throughout the video, there are hardly any humans present in the galaxy. Because in a galaxy so vast and populated by an innumerable number of species, humans would be a drop in the ocean like all the others. It's a subtle bit of world building that's established through the visuals that make the universe feel vast and humanity's place in it natural. Normally in sci-fi stories, humans are one of, if not the dominant species in the system, galaxy, or whatever. And listen, I love me some good ol' and all that, but it's refreshing to see humans be a part of a greater galactic community rather than the leaders of it. I think that's just one of the reasons Treasure Planet sticks out to me. It implies there's a rich, vibrant galaxy of unique planets and species, and what we're seeing on screen is likely a fraction of what's out there, and I think that's really cool. But I think the other thing I like about most of the side and ensemble characters being aliens is the amount of character you can just inject into the story. For example, you can have big, brutish alien characters that have designs that instantly communicate that personality. Weaselly, sneaky little guys crawling about, or sleek, regal characters that just ooze that sense of gentry and class. Not to mention, other things. Like that hat. That's a really cool hat. And I mean, for crying out loud, Mr. Arrow's a rock. Because he's tough as stone. And you get that from his design, like, right away. I'm pretty sure that's why they made him that way, anyway. Though the only alien character I can say I'm not a fan of is the farting alien. I do not like the farting alien. Disgusting! But for the most part, if you just take stills from the movie, you'll find that each character in the background just explodes with personality. I think that's one of the reasons so many people, including myself, love the movie. And I think it's one of the things that gives it a charm and character I don't see in a lot of sci-fi films. Because, you know, most of the time it's just elegant precursor aliens, big spooky alien monster, or human, but blue? There isn't anything inherently wrong with those kinds of aliens, and sure, there are other examples of cool and interesting diverse alien casts and so on and so forth. But it just sort of turns me off when that's all there ever seems to be in popular sci-fi TV shows and movies. And don't get me wrong, I like sci-fi stories that center around purely human casts. I mean, hell, I just got done rewatching Firefly and that show would have been weird with aliens. But if you're going to make a crazy, creative animated world, why not have humans take a step down and stand beside rows of kooky, weird, dangerous, and colorful alien characters? I really wish other movies and shows would do that more often, and the fact Treasure Planet does makes it all the more unique, at least to me. Yeah.